Now then, I've got a real-life Billy Elliot, Wayne Sleep. You're taller than I thought you was.
Well, yes, I've suddenly grown.
Yeah.
Because I tried a chair before and I disappeared under the table.
It's quite imposing.
This is the only one they've got left here.
Wow, look at that. That's great. Look, Wayne, let's take a trip down memory lane.
Yes.
Back to when you was at school. So I said at the beginning, a real-life Billy Elliot.
Yes.
And you was, because you started dancing at an early age at school.
Yeah.
And how did that start?
Well, we moved from Plymouth to County Durham, where I lived in Hartlepool. And I started training there. I wanted to do tap dancing. I wanted to be like Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly, because we'd seen all the movies, you know, queuing at the cinema. And I got into the West Hartlepool Tech. Oh no, before that, when I was 8, I went in for a competition and I wanted to be, you know, in musicals and stuff like that. And the adjudicator said, "Where's this boy's mother? He must learn ballet." And my mother ran out of the auditorium because we thought ballet, well, it's for girls, and Men in Tights is Benny Hill sending up the idea of it all. And it didn't have a very good name either, especially when I went to the West Hartlepool Tech. And I was hooker in the scrum and all that, joining in. But as soon as they heard that I was going to a dancing school, "Where's your skirt, Sleepy?" and, you know, got your little puff and all that sort of thing. But that year, when I was 11, I got into it. I went in for the Christmas concert. You could audition to be in the Christmas concert, where they joined the boys' school and the girls' school together. So there was a Christmas party every year, and I auditioned, and I did a hornpipe. Well, when the whole school of 400 girls and boys saw it, they gave me an encore, and ever after that, they stopped the bullying, funnily enough, because I could do the splits. And the fifth form would corner me in a toilet and say, "Do the split, Sleepy, or else." So I'd just do the splits, and, you know, they'd just laugh, and I got away with it.
So you must have been incredibly brave, Wayne, to, you know, at that time, because it's a few years ago, obviously, you know, going back 50, 60 years, to be doing ballet in what is a working class area.
Yes.
Like you say, bullying at school.
Yeah.
I mean, most young men or girls would have just turned their back on it and just got on with life, but you carried it on.
Well, I was lucky because when I was 12, they sent me, this is like Billy Elliot, they sent me to audition for the Royal Ballet School, where I'd become a boarder and live in the school. And I got the scholarship out of 300 kids. There only was 2 scholarships. And I left the West Hartlepool Tech, where I was hooker in the scrum, and went to live in Queen Victoria's hunting lodge in the middle of Richmond Park when I was 12 years old. And of course, all the bullying stopped. I don't know if I'd been able to take it that much longer after 12, you see.
Yeah.
So a lot of kids would keep on after 12, and then finally, against the odds, give up. But I was lucky.
So there's bullying then, and I did read somewhere, I think it was in the Telegraph, an article, that at one stage in your life you got a little bit depressed because of your height. You're 5'2".
Oh,
you look taller in real life, actually.
Isn't this good? I think I'll carry it with me everywhere.
Yeah, but I mean,
when I'm back in my high chair.
do you think the height and that insecurity of your height has driven you as well?
I was determined because I was getting first in everything and all the medals and stuff like that. So I knew I had some talent. It wasn't like I was flogging a dead horse anyway, just because I didn't want to be a ballet dancer. I was sort of just good at it. Yeah. And I think that drives you on as well, if you keep coming first and winning things.
Yeah.
But I just feel that my height was terrible, because when I was 16, I stopped growing. And boys have to be 5'7" at least to get into the Royal Ballet. I think it's 5'9" now. Because they have to be taller than the girls, and the girls are getting taller. And when they go on their toes, they're another 6 inches. Yeah. Some people are foot if they've got big feet. But so I was no use to them, really. So I won all these scholarships from 12. Then I didn't materialise, and I wasn't able to offer them back. But luckily, there were choreographers like Sir Frederick Ashton, Annette Dubois, Rudolph, and they all did stuff on me. So it gave me a career. The actual repertoire of the company, I could never play the Prince. I could never, play Romeo and Romeo and Juliet. I was too small. So I knew that I was going to be limited. And that's why when I got time off, I kept tap dancing, learned to sing. And then Andrew Lloyd Webber asked me to create the part of Mr. Mistopheles in Cats. So that was an opening to go into the West End, but I still kept my ballet as well.
Wow. Now, charitable causes, you've got your own foundation,
yes.
I think, Wayne. Can you explain a little bit about that? And I think we'll put a link on that as well.
Oh, that would be lovely. It's called the Wayne Sleep Foundation. It's 25 years old this year. And I started a year after Princess Diana's death in memoriam of her. And it's for students and kids. And it's to give them, make up the money for their board and lodgings if the parents can't afford it and stuff like that. Yeah. And this year we gave 12 away.
Wow.
And I go on things like, well, I used to go on things like, they haven't asked me back, by the way, The Chase, which I won, and we did Family Fortune, except we won that.
So Family Fortunes, Wayne, I bet if we asked 100 people in the street, where did you get those socks from? Nobody'd know. Let's have a look at the socks.
You want to see my socks? I always wear fun socks because they're rather lovely, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think they're matching. Isn't that nice?
I don't think they are matching, are they? Are they matching?
We could play Ludo or something.
Yeah, they're making my eyes go.
Oh, they are matching, I think. Let's see how far up they go.
Yeah.
Ooh, look
well, they're
at
making my eyes go a little bit funny, Wayne.
Yes,
to be
makes
honest
my
with you.
feet feel
But you spoke earlier about these. You set this foundation up a year after the Lady died.
Princess Diana died, yes.
You danced with her, didn't you?
Yes, at Covent Garden we danced on stage at the Royal Opera House. It was quite a surprise for her husband. It was meant to be a surprise and Christmas gift for him. Yeah. And we got 8 curtain calls and she wanted to do it again. I said, no, leave them wanting more. Right. And I said, you know, you have to bow to the royal box, you know, because we murmur, we murmur under our breath, you know, bow to the royal box. She said, oh, I'm not, he's my hubby. I said, well, I have to, and I pushed it down. And as we ran out, she said, you won't get your OBE like that, dear. And we used to have great fun after that. Yeah. For about 10 years, we used to see each other off and on. And she always said, I'll do the jokes. And, you know, she advised me a lot as well, you know, when press was anti me and stuff like that. And because suddenly I'd become known for knowing her.
Okay.
And I didn't quite know how to deal with that, so she taught me lots of tricks.
So, young boys wanted to get into ballet.
Yes.
But don't make that, because there's still a bit of a stigma around,
well,
isn't it?
quite frankly, there was only 5 boys in my class of 25 girls at the Royal Ballet School. Yeah. Each form only had 4 or 5 boys. And now it's 50% boys and 50% girls. So the stigma is going away, but the boys are really good at it now. And in fact, I think the boys are doing...
I know, and all these boys back in the day, when you were young, taking the mickey out of boy ballet dancers, but it's quite physical, isn't it?
Well, you can't. You know, once you see them doing these one-arm lifts and the whirling things they do in the air now, it's incredible. Yeah. I mean, I could do those sort of things 40 years ago, but there were very few of us then, but a lot of the kids can do it now. And it's exciting to watch. And it's like the Olympics. It gets higher and higher levels every year.
And you're still keeping fit now?
Well, I'm trying to. I'm a little bit... Don't look. But I'm doing... For older people online, I'm doing workouts. I've just done 4 with Best Magazine of every Friday. And now I'm going to go to Pineapple Dance.
So how do we find those?
We'll be advertising them when we get the dates out. Okay. And then I've got my autobiography coming out in September.
What's that called?
It's called Just Different.
Just Different.
Because I am,
well, yeah, obviously a little bit different, yeah.
Well, because I was so small, I had to do things more excitingly than a lot of the other dancers. I had to make my mark every time I went on to prove why I was there, because they'd say, why is the midget here?
Sort of that. You're a bit of a fighter, aren't you?
Well, they used to say derogatory things to me when I was in the company. You know, sort of look down on me thinking, why is he here? Yeah. You know, but then every time I went out there and they heard the applause, they suddenly realised.
Well, you are here, and it's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Wayne.
Lovely to meet you.
That was fantastic, that one. Look.